Hello and welcome back to Blue Tinted Glasses. It's only been half an hour since we were last live, but we are back. And Neil, mate, it's Matchday live. What are you saying?
Oh, I'm always excited, but I will be honest, it's a good job you called the channel Blue Tinted Glasses, Locks, because when you see that team lineup, oh, it looks brilliant. Oh, it doesn't look so good. Oh, it looks absolutely fantastic. That's how you got to act.
Mate, yeah, I agree. It's gonna be no, I won't say it's going to be. It could be a long afternoon, but we will see. We will see. Sandip is here already. Hello to you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Let's go. Just to let everybody know, if you are new around here, this is the Match Day Live. It's basically, as you might know, bit better as a watch along. This is a watch along, so we will be live throughout the whole game, and at full time there will be a redirect over. Not over to for fuck's sake. I was going to say for fuck's sake.
No need to do that anymore.
Yeah, we will follow this live with another live, which is the instant match reaction, which will be Anil, Neil, and Luke. You guys know them all already. So one thing I ask from you guys in the chat and whoever's watching is please flood us with comments. Get your comments in all stream long, all game long, about what you think to the lineup, how you think the game's going as it goes on, substitutions, all of that. It really does help us out massively. It gives us things to talk about, so I would appreciate that. Right, Anil, let's talk about it again. We may as well, because there are going to be some people in the chat who weren't here earlier. The lineup, mate. I mean, what are your thoughts on it? What stands out the most to you?
Just how awful it is, to be honest. If I'm being honest, like injuries are to be expected, and we're starting to hit the pit. Like especially that we're coming up to Christmas. Most teams, you might remember in the Championship last season as well, you're going to start getting stung by injuries, and so it's a real measure of your squad depth. That's why last season I was always pretty confident we'd go up, even though we really mucked it up towards the end, just because I thought Ipswich are doing great, but to hit Christmas, the injuries will ravage them and we'll pull clear, which is what happened. But this time around, you're seeing it already that a couple of players out, and it just really looks pretty awful, doesn't it? Like, you know, for example, we start to say, oh, let's play the inverted fullback. But if our one inverted fullback gets injured, oh, what do? Doesn't look so good. Your main man who's scoring the goals is out. I know, to be fair, I use amongst the goals. Maybe we could do it. But let's be honest, you showed that lineup to anyone and it doesn't really fill you with... I mean, if I was a Man United fan and I looked at that, you'd be licking your lips, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. It's I mean, you know, to be fair though, we do see Samari in there, and we did say in the week that he should play. The question is, would he have played, Anil, if we didn't have injuries to? Well, actually, no, he probably would have, because I don't know, actually, because maybe you would have come in on the wing, and then maybe you wouldn't have had Facundo on the wing. You might have had him in the 10, which then pushed Ndidi back down. So yeah, who knows what would have been the case if we had a full strength team with no injuries. People in the chat, let us know. I mean, Dallas Fox's Craig is excited to see Sumari in the team. We had a bit of a funny stream yesterday, Anil, with Leicester City down under. I said that. Well, I said some outlandish things, some crazy things about Boubacar Samari. But I could be proven right today. Are you excited to see him start a game, have hopefully a full 90 minutes, and see what he can do?
I am. I think especially because if you're going to have a team lineup like this as well, you've got a few injuries, then why not? Because you've got nothing to lose. This is funny though. I love the name as well. Yeah. No tinted glasses from this guy. He's seeing it how it is. And it is true. How many defensive players? I mean, that's what I think I'd be interested in. Like, let me ask that back to you then. Given the lineup that we've got, Locks, do you think that we're going to try and attack, or do you think we're just going to try and sit and soak?
I think we're going to sit and soak.
Yeah,
I could see it both ways. You know, we've seen James Justin get really high up the pitch in certain games. I mean, you look at Arsenal, he scored 2 goals, for crying out loud. One of them a bit of a fluke. The other one was just a wonderful strike, but he was in that position to begin with. The ball fell to him and he hit it. So it's not like having James Justin in the team means that we're going to, you know, we won't be as progressive, if you like, as we would with Ricardo. That's not the case. Justin is just a different type of progressing the ball, I suppose. You know, Ricardo drops into midfield and he makes himself an option there, helps with the build-up, whereas Justin likes to get high, which is why I think it will be Fatawu on the left and Facundo on the right, maybe cutting inside. I mean, look, like we did with the Ricardo discussions, as soon as we kick off, we'll see where they are. We'll see where Facundo is. We'll see where Fatau is. We'll see where JJ is. So it won't take us long to kind of work out what the setup is. But yeah, are you in agreement with that? Go on.
Is it possible that we are just playing essentially a 4-3-3? So there isn't a number 10 per se, right? So you're just going to have Fatau on the left, Buonanotte on the right, Ayew up top, and we're just going to have 3 CDMs as actually 3 CDMs. And we're just going to sit and soak because, that is a pretty boring lineup. But to be fair, like we've used it along the years and it has got us results. Like Claude Puel beat Man City doing that, just parks it up with Ndidi, Mendy and Chowdhury. And we beat them, I believe, at home. Sometimes it works. I don't know. Like, if you're injury ravaged and you're up against a team that's banged 5 against you, just saying, it's not.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. He might just pull it out the bag. And to be fair, mate, you never know what might happen. We might have this slight change in system, and we suddenly look a lot better. These things happen in football. Sometimes you accidentally come across something that works. It happens all the time, and it could well be the case. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, Cooper. I remember a Forest fan it wasn't actually Wolfie, it's somebody else, but he told me that in Steve Cooper's his last season at Forest, he went through like 5 different formations in the space of about 7 games. So it's not something that, is new to him. He could well do it. So far we've seen pretty much 2 systems, I would say, this season. We saw a couple in pre-season as well. We saw a couple different things. So yeah, under the cosh, injuries, the underdogs, you never know. He might change something like that and pull some out the bag. Somebody made a comment here, Anil. Where is it? Craig says, yeah, Ayew will not play full 90. When does Cooper bring on Edouard? I mean,
that's what I was going to see. But I'll be honest. I think if the game is tight, I don't think he brings Edouard on, and I think he will stick with Ayew. But if, let's say, they go 2 up, 3 up, or something like that, I think he might bring on a few people just to give them some minutes.
I would agree.
Because why not at that point, Well, what I'll ask you maybe is, when I ask the chat, do you think we score today? So far, we've scored in every single game, but are we going to keep that up today?
Well, there you go, chat. Let us know. Will Leicester City score today? I'll even put a poll in the chat. If there's any comments you want to bring up, Anil, while I do that, mate.
Yeah. Some interesting ones. We've got Tripe and Onions can see Ndidi playing further up front in this game, maybe get a goal too. That's something we're looking out for. Are we going to play either him or Samari as the 10? Pay attention to that early as the game kicks off. Cabas, I think we will score against Man United. They're shite. They are, but given they were a bit ravaged. But, let's see. Sandip, yep, I think we'll score going for a 2-2. Do you know what? I'm surprised how optimistic everyone is in this chat. Chris R, 1-0 Foxes.
There is now a poll in the chat. Right. Yeah, the poll is now in the chat. Will Leicester City score today? Get your votes in now. It is interesting to see a lot of people being quite optimistic, like you said, Anil. I'm not. Yeah. I'm far from it. I'm less now than I was, obviously.
Yeah, but that's how I would say it too. I think if we'd have gone with our strongest lineup, then I think I could understand the optimism. But it's let's be honest, even him not starting Ricardo, that I think he's still in 2 minds about. But it's not having Vardy. It's always I suppose Cabas has got a fair point now, which is we scored 2 with our League One lineup when we played them in the Cup. Because if you look at it, this team is really similar to what they played against us in the Cup. The only difference, I think, is that they've dropped Garnacho and they've put Amad Diallo in instead, and they've put Rashford on the other side. Otherwise, that is the team that they played against us.
Yeah, so I thought Garnacho was quite good against us. I thought he was quite good.
I think they're just doing it for minutes, to be honest. I mean, that's the problem.
Diallo, a lot of United fans have called for him to start, haven't they?
Yeah, he'd been linked with Leicester last season. Don't know if you know that. We went for him instead of Fatau to begin with, but he was injured, so that was written off.
Yeah, that was after his loan spell with Sunderland, wasn't it? We went in for him because he was class with them. We are the blue tinted glasses family. It's our job to be 100% Costa. I mean, I struggle to be that. Yeah, I struggle to have blue tinted glasses sometimes, so I rely on all of the people around me to do it for me. Yeah, that's when it starts to get a bit unbalanced when Luke's here with me, and then we start going on the shit tinted
I
bastards.
need to send my pair over to you, Lock, so we can both be like.
I'm gonna get some. Yeah, I need to get some. Let's look at the poll. Let's end it now. Actually, no, let's give it a few more minutes because there are only 12 votes. What are you doing, people? There are over 30 people here at the moment, so please start voting now. There's we need more votes. Start voting in the poll on the right hand side of your screen if you're watching on a laptop or computer. Scroll down, I think, if you're watching on a phone. There's a poll. Will Leicester City score today? Yes or no? It's that simple. Pick the option that you think will happen. No Tint says, you mean deluded happy clappers? We'll see. We've got some votes flying in. To be fair, the votes are well and truly in favour of yes. The poll's now ended, so it's yes. Leicester City, 86% of the votes say Leicester City will score.
Let me just tell you, right? So anyone who's looking at the game, they've got some madness on here. So they think it's a 4-5-1 with Buonanotte playing on the left-hand side. So I'm sure that's completely wrong, but that's literally what I'm seeing in front of me right now.
I've got it. Yeah, I can see it as well. Yeah, 4-5-1 with Fitao on the right, Buonanotte on the left, Jordan Ayew as the number 9. I mean, who knows? Who knows what it could be? Again, we'll find out. We will literally find out pretty soon. They are now just on the pitch, shaking hands. Bruno and Harry Winks, the 2 captains today. What do you make to that, mate? Winks as the captain.
I think it's good. I think he does appear to be our captain. I think maybe my one thing that I do think Winks needs to do a bit more of, though, is I think he does need to act a bit more like it. And what I mean by that is I think he's actually good in terms of like trying to G up the players and tell them what to do. I don't think he's bad in the leadership. But what I mean is that the very specific position that he's playing and that I think he wants to play is he's got to set the tempo of the game. And I think he needs to improve on that. So I've said this a few times. So say against Ipswich, I think until they went a man down, we never looked like scoring, right? And I think he needed to tell the team what to do. Like, start playing it to me, stop kicking it long. And he himself, I've got to be honest, he kept trying to do hero ball and he kept trying to shoot from like 25 yards out. So I think that's something that I think he needs to add to his game. Maybe the armband will help him that. Like, you know, you got to have patience in it. Like, I always give you these examples. Like, to be fair, Rodri, look how Man City are suffering without him. Having a player like that can set the tempo is good. This is a good comment, though. I think Winks is the better combo with Vestergaard. I really agree. I think those two together do work well.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, mate. I'd agree. I have this terrible habit on this channel. Whenever there is some kind of minute applause or minute silence, I always forget to actually take part. And now we're halfway through, so there's no point now. But they are doing the 1 minute silence. I imagine it's 1 minute for Remembrance Day. So there we go. Optimistic about scoring, far less about getting something out of this. Cabas says, Easy Gamer says it's like Madrid without Cruz. And yeah, the Cabas also said a second ago, I think Winks is better combo with Vestergaard. So do you agree with that?
I do with that, and I really like that comment about Madrid without Cruz, because you know what? That's exactly what they're missing as well. They haven't got the guy that sets the tempo. So sometimes they're just running around like lunatics, trying everything without actually, you know, stopping for a bit, keep your composure, and then play through. I think it's less important in a game like today, where we're probably going to be under the cosh, but yeah, I do think it's important for him. So yeah, I'm quite interested to see that he's captain, to be honest.
Absolutely right, mate. I can't. I've just lost the. I'm not sure if it's anywhere near kickoff yet. If they're about to kick off yet or not. Let's have a look. Sandip also says 2-2. No, it's all good. Sandip also says I'm going for a 2-2. Costa says 1-0 City. Dallas says yes, we'll score at least one. Tripod Onions thinks Ndidi will be playing further up, and that was that comment. Sorry, Cabas said I think this lineup looks okay. So yeah, there we go. We'll see. Make Cardi the mascot. Make Cody the mascot. Costa says that's how it seemed. To be fair, that's what it seemed to be fair. So. Yeah, all right then, mate. Well, we're just about to kick off, so I will see you in 45 minutes and Luke as well. Fingers crossed. All right, mate.
He's turned up, so he's on the beat. See you in a bit.
Lovely stuff. Cheers, mate. Sorry, mate. Go on, you do it. There we go. Okay, we are just about to kick off in this game, a massive game. What will happen? I have no idea, to be honest with you. I have absolutely no idea whatsoever. Just a reminder, if anybody is new around here, over here you have the Leicester 11. There below it is the substitution bench. We have the score down here. We're going to have the clock here. And of course, this is just a little subscriber count. So if you do subscribe to the Blue Tinted Glasses YouTube channel, then you will see this number go up and up and up. Thank you to everybody, every single one of the 5,328 who have subscribed so far. Steve Cooper is back in the dugout this afternoon after he missed. He was in the stands in the last game against Ipswich after getting a second yellow card. In the third yellow card, of the season against Manchester United in the Cup after remonstrating with the referee. So the game is just a second away from starting, and there we go. So we have kicked off. We have kicked off in this game, Manchester United versus Leicester in the Premier League. Who will come out on top in this one? I have no idea. I have a good idea, but yeah. Fatawu on the left, and Ndidi as the 10. And they'll spotted it already. So that's the situation we have on our hands today. We have Fatawu on the left, and we have Ndidi as the 10. Samari and Winks a little bit deeper. Buonanotte playing off the right with obviously Justin there, probably going to be overlapping quite a bit. Costa would take a draw. As I said earlier on, guys, please, there's nothing I'd love more than all of you people to keep getting your comments in throughout the whole stream. Let me know what you make to the game, who's impressing you, who's not. So, and what you think to the goals when they do come. So we've just seen Samari already on the ball. He plays it back to Maz Hermanson, who's under pressure there from Hoyland. Leicester have given the ball away already. Marcus Rashford into the penalty area. Not a good start this from Leicester. Not a good start. We forced them back a little bit, but that was a poor start from Leicester. Samari, the pass back to Hermanson was fine, but Hermanson put himself under loads of pressure for some bizarre reason, and we gave it away. But luckily, no goal came from it. The other games in action today are Forest versus Newcastle and Tottenham versus Ipswich. They're both live right now. You've also got Chelsea versus Arsenal coming up at 4:30. That'll be a good one. Boho says, morning locks, hope all is well, mate. Hope all is good with you, pal. Thank you very much for joining, as always. Very much appreciated. Ndidi wins the ball back for Leicester City. He plays it into Boubacar Samari, Facundo. Facundo's going to look to get forward. He does very well. He's still got it. Can't quite get it into Ayu's feet, unfortunately. And Man United will come again. 3 minutes on the clock, or 2 minutes on the clock. Chester says, hi, Locks. Hi to you, Chester, mate. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're doing well. What do you make to the lineup? It's right here. There's the lineup, the Leicester lineup. No Ricardo, no Jamie Vardy for today's game. What's going to happen? Who bloody knows? Who knows what we've got in store? Leicester City with it now. Buonanotte trying to find Wilfred Ndidi, who is very, very high today. Man United do manage to get out, though, and now it's going to be Amad Diallo running against Christensen. He's got Harry Winks to double up. He does Christensen. He's still got it, Amad Diallo, here on the right-hand side. Christensen is putting him under a bit of pressure, though. Oh, Diallo's fouled there by Abdul Fatawi, who takes him out, and it's going to be a free kick in a decent area. A decent area to deliver a ball here. Sean is here. Big up, Locks. We're not coming out of today with a good result no matter what happens. We will see, Sean. I do tend to agree with you, mate, but we will see. Stranger things have happened. Think back to the 5-3 against Man United. 10 years ago. Can you believe that? 10 years ago, Leicester returned to the Premier League, and Jamie Vardy scored his first goal in the Premier League in a 5-3 comeback. What a game that was. We all remember that. Anil is in the chat, by the way. If you do see Blue Tinted Glasses posting in the chat, that is going to be Anil. So say hello to Anil in the chat, everybody. But yeah, to me, it seems like Christensen has joined on the attack. So the gap was behind him for Rashford to exploit. JJ problem, but on the other side. And Didi had a big joint. Yeah, I said he was high, didn't I? Ball in from Man United. Falls to Mazraoui, who shoots from about 30 yards out. Leicester win it back. Jordan, are you now with it? He's taken out. That's going to be a foul. No foul. Wow. Okay. Interesting comment there, Matt. My girlfriend may agree. Who knows? My girlfriend may agree. Who agrees with Costa, though? Who agrees with Costa? Would you take a draw? Let me know now. Would you take a draw? Please let us know. I certainly would. I'd take 1 point right now. I'd snap your hand off without a doubt. Martinez with it here now, playing it around the back with De Ligt, Mazraoui, Abdul Fatawi pressing him a little bit. Amad Diallo, 1-2 with Bruno Fernandez. Plays it back to Mazraoui. To Delo. So it looks like Mazraoui's playing kind of like a inverted role, right? I think it seems he's either playing inverted or he's just really high like a wing back. I haven't worked it out yet. Yes on the draw. Any point is a good point. Yep, today it would be. I'd agree. Take a draw, need 3 though. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, mate. 40 people in the chat. If you can, please hit the like button, hit subscribe. It would be very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Wout Faes now plays it back to Maz Hermansen. He just hits it long. Which we did a bit too much against Ipswich, which really caused us problems. Now Man United have the ball in a good area. Bruno Fernandez out wide to Amad Diallo, who is in the box with it. Step over, takes a shot. Hermansen can gather that one up quite easily after it's deflected off Christensen. We are 6-7 minutes in. All the Premier League games, they are all 0-0 so far. They are all 0-0. Wout Faes here playing as the right-sided centre-back. Vestergaard as the left. Fast goes long. Obviously doesn't go anywhere. Again, it's what we saw a lot against Ipswich. Just hit it long and we lose out. Can't really build much from that, can we? James Justin to take the throw in. Trying to keep an eye on Boubacar Samari here, see how well he does on his return to the first team after a good couple performances against Man United and Ipswich. Yannick Vestergaard, little 1-2s there with Ndidi and Winks. Winks plays it over to Wout Faes. He'll go through the middle to Samari. Bad touch there from Samari. Gives it away. Amad Diallo now getting forward. A little chance to break here for Manchester United. He finds Højlund. Højlund with it. Højlund is into the penalty area. Has to play it back, though. Good defending from Winks. Casemiro put a ball in the box there. Took a bit of a deflection, so Wout Faes was able to get his head on it. Coming up to 8 minutes now. Coming up to 8 minutes on the clock. De Ligt into Ugarte. He plays it back to Martinez, who then goes to Mazraoui. Mazraoui to Rashford. Rashford, nice ball in to the feet of Højlund. Højlund is taken down there by Wout Faes, I thought, and somehow Leicester have won the foul. I thought Faes gave the ball away personally, but there we go. I can't remember this ref's name. Does anybody know this ref's name? I can't remember his name. What's his name? It was a coming together between Højlund and Faes, but anyway, we won the free kick, so it's all good. It's all good in the hood. As a reminder, you can follow Blue Tinted Glasses down here on Twitter, Blue Tinted LCFC on X or Twitter, and obviously on YouTube. That's what you're watching on, Blue Tinted Glasses LCFC. Share with your mum, your sister, your dad, your brother, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, and your granddad. Christensen here Harry Winks sitting in that little hole there, trying to dictate the play as much as he can. Don't think he'll be able to do too much of it today, though. Vestergaard bouncing the ball off Samari. Now Vestergaard has it. What's he going to do? And goes to Faze. Leicester with a bit of possession here. Very deep, though. Vestergaard, foot on the ball. Christensen, he goes out wide to Abdul Fattah, who's got loads of space. Abdul Fattah, loads of space. Oh, he does his man there. He's fouled there, isn't he, referee? No, referee disagrees. Jordan Ayew wins it back, though. Leicester up in the pressure here a little bit. Nice to see. Samari with it. Buonanotte. Back to Samari. Vestergaard. Christensen. Boho helped us all out with the name of the referee. Thank you, mate. Out wide. Buonanotte with it here. He's got Justin next to him. Facundo lets it go out for a throw-in, though. Leicester throw-in. We'll take it quickly. Vestergaard, he tries to ping it. What a fucking idiot. What an idiot, Vestergaard. Now United will have a chance to break. Oh, that is poor from Rashford. That is poor from Rashford, that. Leicester City throw-in. Leicester City throw-in. Ruud van Nistelrooy on the touchline with his turtleneck and his poppy. It's his last game for Manchester United before Ruben Amorim comes in. It's tomorrow, isn't it? I swear it's the 11th of November that he's coming in. Indeed, he put in De Ligt under a bit of pressure. Leicester have got a nice press going on here, though, but United are able to play through it. Indeed, he tries to win the ball back, but he can't. United still with possession. Ugarte now. Mazraoui. Rashford. Back to Ugarte. De Ligt and Dalot. De Ligt and Dalot. Dalot with it here. Can Facundo win that? He should, and he has. It's one back, though. It's one back. A good challenge there from Ugarte, I think it was. Now Alessandro Martinez is quite high up the pitch, trying to make something happen. Ball in from United. Going to be put out by Christensen for a Manchester United corner. 0-0, 12 minutes into this game. 0-0 in the Premier League. Dealt with well by Christensen. Bruno Fernandez to take this corner for Manchester United. Here we go. Ball in from United. Bruno puts it in. A bit messy there. Man United player goes down. I don't think he's asked for anything, though. Casemiro. Mazraoui. Remember that goal Casemiro scored against us in the Cup? Fucking hell. Completely against the run of play. What a screamer. Hopefully nothing like that happens today. Harry Winks now with a chance to get it forward. Plays it into the feet of Ayew. Ayew loses out, but Buonanotte's got it still. Ayew now. Ayew, what can Ayew do with it? He loses out. Every time Leicester try and get the ball forward, nothing really happens. To be honest with you, nothing really happens. It's quite frustrating to watch. Very frustrating to watch. Still 0-0 around the whole of the Premier League today. So far, 0-0 in the Man United-Leicester game, the Forest-Newcastle game, and the Tottenham-Ipswich game. Statistics-wise, Leicester City have had 40% of possession. Chance here for Man United. Bruno Fernandez on the edge of the area. He tries to deliver a ball, blocks by Wilfred Ndidi. United have had 2 corners. We've had 0. A foul apiece, and Manchester United dominating the passing stats as well. We're not going to get anything from the ref. That's how it feels so far, to be honest with you, mate. That is how it feels so far. Doesn't look good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good, bruv. That's what they say, innit? Christensen now with a throw-in deep in Leicester's half. 14 minutes on the clock thus far. We haven't even had a shot, Sean says, yet. I know, mate. I know. Buonanotte gets... Well, he goes down asking for a foul. He doesn't get that one either. Rashford now on the left. He'll deliver the ball. He'll try to. James Justin blocks. Lots of blocks so far. Leicester players putting the body on the line. I suppose it's better than nothing. Yeah, Sean. Tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it. Here we go. Delo now. Out wide to Amad Diallo, who's up against Fatawu and Christensen. He'll play it back to Delo. I don't even know where the hat is, Costa, mate. I honestly don't know where the hat is, mate. Sorry. I'll try find it at half-time if we need it. Leicester with a chance to get forward now, though. Leicester do have a chance. Jordan Ayew into the feet of Abdul Fattah on the left. He's taken out... Casemiro tries to go through him. Ayew into the box. Ayew still in the box. Ayew still in the box. Casemiro blocks. Casemiro tried to absolutely wipe out Abdul Fattah. And I mean absolutely... He went in on him, and Fatawu just danced over it somehow. He played a nice ball into Ayew, who got into the box. He bodied Lisandro Martinez. He carries on, and then Casemiro gets back and manages to put a tackle in on Ayew. But that was a good chance from Leicester. Casemiro just 2 feet off the ground, in the air, goes in on both Fatawu and Ayew. Interesting. I don't have the glasses either, man. That's a nil. A nil's got the glasses, not me. I need to get some glasses. Ball in from Harry Winks. It goes over everybody's head, and Højlund clears to get out of the pitch. Christensen with it now. Oh, what's he done? What's he done? Amad Diallo's in. Amad Diallo's in. Against Christensen, he's still there. Oh, my God. What an idiot. Christensen just tries to clear the ball. But I don't know what he was thinking, but United had a really good chance there. Diallo probably should have done better. Oh, they've taken it quickly. Bruno Fernandez, edge of the box, shoots, scores. 1-0 Man United. Already 1-0 down. Leicester City have, well, we should have conceded the first time, you could argue, after Christensen messed it up. That's a let-off as it is. That was a let-off as it is. They take the throw in quickly. Bruno Fernandez, edge of the area, bends it in the bottom right corner against Hermansen. I haven't seen the replay yet, but it was too easy. As Sean says, it was too easy. It was too easy. And Leicester City find themselves 1-0 down in the 17th minute. Let me see this back. Bruno Fernandez into Casemiro, back heel to Bruno, edge of the area. Great finish. Great finish. Could Hermansen have done better? Let's see. I mean, it was as bottom corner as you get. So kind of stems from VK not dealing with the up and under clearance from Højlund 100%. Let's see that finish again. Yeah, maybe Courtois or Edison or someone like that would have saved it, but I can't blame him for that. It was a great finish. Chester says, game over. Sandip says, keep the faith despite that. So 2 contrasting opinions there. Please get your opinions in the chat, what you think to this so far. But 18 minutes on the clock. Leicester have barely had a sniff, and United are already 1-0 up. We were born 1-0 down. Well, maybe we'll start playing now, mate. Maybe we'll start playing. I doubt it, but James Justin is down hurt here. He's back on his feet, though, so that's good. Good to see. Oh, what a disaster. What a bloody disaster. I was going to put Bruno Fernandez in my fantasy football team as well, but I chose not to, in case it jinxed us. Well, it's jinxed us anyway. Fucking nightmare, mate. Oh, what can you do? Honestly, what can you do? What can you do? That's 2 goals now in both games, the league game and the cup game. 2 great finishes have put us 1-0 down. Two great finishes. The difference, though, is that this one wasn't against the run of play. This wasn't against the run of play. We always score in every game. Keep the faith. Tube Tart, I keep the faith that we'll score, but I don't keep the faith that we'll win because we ain't going to fucking win, mate. We ain't winning, mate. We ain't winning. Sack Cooper, that's what you can do. Yeah, you will. Notice how we keep getting caught out on unready on these out of ball plays this season. 100% Jake. Well said, mate. Well spotted. I think Forest have just gone 1-0 up against Newcastle, though. That's what happens when you do sack Steve Cooper. Cheers, Joe, mate. Much appreciated. Thanks, Joe, pal. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. I knew you'd be here because we're fucking losing, you knobhead. I knew you'd be here because we're fucking losing. Yeah, Forest are 1-0 up. Murillo. Look what happens. Look what happens when you sack Steve Cooper. You become a good side. You become a good side. What a surprise. What a surprise. Who would have thought sacking Steve Cooper makes you a better team? Who would have thought? I think we will get spanked, unfortunately. Hope I'm wrong. Cooper game management. Mm-hmm. Yep. Vestergaard headers it forward. Game of ping pong here between Vestergaard and De Ligt. United have the ball still, though. Samari wins it back. He plays it back to Wout Faes. He gets it forward. Gone out for a throw in. Nah, I'm watching the Sheffield United match. Bastards are winning again. Tell you what, JB, mate, I did see Joe Wayman and Jers little spat the other day. That was entertaining. And I loved going to the comment section and seeing 99.9% of people disagreeing with Joe. You love to see it. You love to see it. Abdul Fattawi here, under pressure. Diallo's bloody playing keepy ups here. Jesus Christ. And he still manages to keep the ball. Oh, fucking hell, man. It's going to be a long evening, a long afternoon, I think. Rude, you know what you're capable of. You're always welcome at LCFC. I'd say that, but they've not really been convincing, have they, with Rude? They've not looked great under Rude. I'm not saying I expect them to be, but normally you get, I don't know, I don't think the manager bounce has been great for them. You know what I mean? Since sacking Ten Hag. I mean, they beat us. We had a shit team. We managed to score 2 still. And they played Chelsea, didn't they? That was 1-1, I think. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, Anmarin's in tomorrow. So, Anmarin is in tomorrow. Samari has won more challenges today than the rest of his LCFC career put together. What's Neil got to say for that? Where are you, Neil? Where are you, Neil? Where are you, Neil, mate? Harry Winks with it now. Abdul Fattawi, who just looks so uncomfortable on the left side, and he has done in every minute he's played there this season. Keith says, at least with the international break, it gives us 2 weeks to find a new manager. Keith, don't hold your breath, mate. This is Top and Rudkin you are talking about. The most indecisive, biggest letdowns I've ever seen. Not ever, but they're not very good. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. United slowing it down now, really. They're just standing on the ball. De Ligt is. He plays it back to Onana. They're just taking it. They're just happy to sit on it for a bit, I think. Draw Leicester out, which they've just done. Ayew wins the ball. Buonanotte. Ayew's got a good bit of space here. He plays it to Fattawi. I don't think it was the right ball, personally. Fattawi has to go back to Winks. Just poor decisions all over the place for Leicester. Christensen, Fattawi. Fattawi's thrown off the ball by Diego Dalot. The ref's actually given us a foul. Wow. The ref's actually given us the free kick. I hope you're right. Yeah, Jake, do you think Mavididi comes on as a super sub since we have lacked that final third balance? I mean, I'd hope so. But again, it's Steve Cooper. One thing, though, I will excuse Steve Cooper of is that when Fattawi's made an impact off the bench and then Cooper's thrown him into the next game to start, they've been shit. Like, the players have been crap. I don't know. Fattawi has the beating of Dalot, but it can't cut in to shoot, move him onto the other side. I mean, that's what you'd have hoped, Anil. You'd have hoped he would have started in his best position anyway, but the manager had other ideas. I'm I'm not saying Edouard's a great player, and I'm not saying he deserves to start, but you could have even had Ayew out on the left if you were that adamant of Ayew starting or Mavididi being dropped. Ball in from Buonanotte, and Didi gets his head on it into the hands of Onana. Pretty simple. Headers it into the floor, bounces up into the keeper's hands. El Canoe, CR7 edits from Morocco, mate. Hope you're doing well in Morocco. He's not playing, he's not starting, but he is, as you can see, on the bench. He is on the bench. Scores around the grounds now. It's still Man United 1, Leicester 0, Forest 1, Newcastle 0, Tottenham 0, Ipswich 0. 90k for a bench warmer. Edouard, you mean? Yeah, I know. I was thinking who you meant there. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Shocking. Shocking. Although we haven't seen too much of him he hasn't really had a chance to prove it, but we should always play aces in their places. Look at that. Look at that, Costa. You are. What a quote that is, mate. That's quality. Yes, we should play aces in their places. Fatawu on the right, Buonanotte in the 10. Ricardo in the inverted fullback role, hey? 25 minutes on the clock. Manchester United 1, Leicester City 0. Onana at the back. Here we go. We should always... I love that, by the way, Costa. I do love that. Right, Man United with a chance here. They're on the left-hand side with Mazraoui. What can he do with it? Back into Ugarte. Back to Rashford. Leicester is sitting quite deep here. Man United are very high. Justin wins it. Buonanotte tries to dribble out with it. I'm not sure he's going to manage this. He didn't. He was held back there by the United player, but the ref has just ignored it. Bruno with it. Marcus Rashford, back to Bruno. Oh, someone's gone down with a head injury there. Oh, it was Justin, but he's back up. Casemiro. They're running rings around us, guys. They are literally passing it around us for fun. Those with a stench sit on the bench. See, I'm a poetic genius as well. Yeah. Yeah. Ndidi. Abdul Fatawu now. Abdul Fatawu has shot from 40 yards out. Abdul, get closer. What is he doing? Abdul Fatawu was in his own half. He's seen Onana off his line, and he's made the most pathetic attempt to try and chip him. Fucking hell, Abdul. Jesus Christ. Enzo would be dropping him right now. He'd be dragging him off. Yannick Vestergaard, Winks. Buonanotte. He looks for Ndidi. He finds Ndidi. What can Ndidi do? He's past the keeper. Oh, my God. Wilf. Wilf has just had the perfect opportunity to put Leicester City level, but his touch of I'm not going to say it, has let him down. His first touch was poor, took it away from him, and then he's tried to just slot it past Onana, but he just kicks into his knees. It was a very good run from Wilf and a very good ball from Facundo Buonanotte, but we should have scored. As Anila said in the chat, we should have scored. Harry Winks now wins the ball back. That should be a bit of a positive now for the Leicester. Thinking, yeah, let's get at them. Let's try and cause them trouble. So far, though, we are 28 minutes in, and it is still 1-0 to Manchester United. Why would you try and dink the keeper? Just lash it. Man United go wide to Mazraoui. United are playing some nice little short passing football here. I have no idea where the next goal is going to come. That's two moments for Leicester. The Ayew one, where he bodied Lissandro Martinez to get into the box, and now Wilfred Ndidi, who undoubtedly should have scored. And if I'm honest with you, it's quite piss poor how he never. I honestly don't know how he didn't score. It was a bit shit. So, as Anil said, should have scored. Should have scored. we've not been terrible. Like we've not been 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10. I'd say we've been about a 5, but United don't look great either. I mean, the game is there. The game is there. Like there could be some goals in this, but so far it remains to be seen from Leicester's point of view if there will be any. We do really need to take these little chances that we've got on, though, for sure. "60 minutes will be subbed, maybe. Maybe so, maybe not. Christiansen. Vestergaard now with it. Into winks, bouncing off each other like they did in the Championship every week. Wout Faes. Oh, my God. Wout Faes is giving it away. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? That is shocking from Faes, man. Now Leicester have played themselves into more trouble here. Wilfred Ndidi does his man, but he gives it straight to Casemiro. I spoke too soon. I said we were looking okay, and we just turned to fucking shit straight away. Martinez. Mazraoui. This is what I was saying on Leicester City Down Under the other day when I was saying about Faes. He's such an arrogant bastard sometimes, cupping the ears of the fans that groaned and giving it all the waving hands. But mate, you know what? You can be as shit as anybody. You can be as shit as anybody. Honestly. Lovely feet there by Soumare. Lovely feet by Soumare. And Ndidi off and Bilal on for him, I think could be a good in the second half. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. Sideshow knob. Soumare's been our best player, honestly. Yeah, that's what Anil says. Man United with a chance to get forward. They're into the box. Ayew comes back and sweeps up. It is now Ipswich 1, Tottenham 0. Sammy Smodics has scored to put Ipswich 1-0 up against Tottenham. Wilf getting into great positions as a traditional 10 and being useless there as he isn't one. Get Elk on for him. Anil is a genius. Yes, he is. Anil is a genius. He is a genius. Genuinely. Oh dear. Abdul Fatawi now on the left up against Diego Dalot. He does him. There's a lot goes in on him a little bit there, but Fatawi's still on his feet and still has the ball. He plays it to Christiansen now. Wilfred Ndidi. He comes inside, has to switch it over to Soumare. Soumare looking for James Justin on the right, which he does find. Justin plays it back to Soumare. Harry Winks is finding a bit of space here. Soumare opts for Justin again. He plays it into Ndidi. He does a little back heel to James Justin. Good play there by Leicester. Ball in, cleared by Man United. Ayew wins it back, though. Ayew with it on the edge of the box. Harry Winks now. Harry Winks shoots into the hands of Onana. Into the hands of Onana. Decent play there from Leicester. Turned it on just for a few seconds there. Just for a few seconds, turned it on. Sean says, we're in problems if Ipswich win. Manny says, can't get Facundo advanced enough to dribble. Switch him with Ayew for 10 minutes and see if he can run at De Ligt. Manny, mate, talk to me. What have you made to Soumare? Because for me, he's been our best player so far. Winning the ball back, a lot of challenges, a few nice touches, passes. Here he is now, Soumare. He finds Ndidi. Ndidi loses out there. A challenge in there from Amad Diallo, which was quite nice. Smodic scores an overhead kick, by the way. Wow. I think we are the better team right now. I really do, Anil says. I think we're on par, personally, but yeah. You've got your blue tinted glasses on, Anil. You've got your blue tinted glasses on. Right. Martinez. De Ligt. Back to Martinez. I don't know about that, Manny. Don't know about that, mate. His touch as well has let him down. You know that? Yeah, Samari is a beast, Manny. Samari is the beast. I'd say Samari is the bloody Yaya Toure, mate. If he can improve on a few different areas, mate. I'd say Samari is the Yaya. Still 1-0 United, still 1-0 Forest, and still 1-0 Ipswich against Tottenham. Facundo dribbling with it here. He's taken out again there. Fucking hell, man. He was taken out again, and the referees just ignored it. This guy, man, this referee, he's not giving us anything. He's genuinely not giving us anything. Fast wins the ball there off Hoyland. Buonanotte back to Samare. Harry Winks with it now. Harry Winks getting forward. Abdul Fatawu. $35 minutes gone. Man United 1, Leicester 0. Ball into Wilfred Ndidi. Up against De Ligt. Fatawu up against Delo. Oh, Delo wins it though. Oh, it's a poor pass from Amad Diallo now. Boubacar Samari. What can he do with it? Oh, he loses out. First bit of bad work there that Samari's done. But he gets back and puts a bit of pressure on there, which was nice. Mazraoui getting forward now on the left. Somebody called this earlier, Manny, mate. Someone called this earlier. Ugarte. Finds Rashford on the left. Justin picks it out, though. Nice one. Samari tries to find Justin again. Headed out by Bruno Fernandez for a throw-in. $50 people in here, please. If you can hit the like button and hit subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you to all the support that you've shown. It's free to like, it's free to subscribe, but more importantly, it is free to comment. So please head to the chat and leave a comment. Let me know what you have made to the game so far, because that is the most important thing, leaving your comments and letting us know. Onana with the ball now. What can who can he pick out? He goes short for De Ligt. Yeah, I agree, Manny. Get him on the right. Lissandro Martinez out to Rashford. Rashford and Mazraoui, 1-2. He finds Hoyland in the middle. Casemiro delivers a good ball. Chested down by Victor Christensen into the hands of Hermanson. If we do not win, we're in a bad spot, especially if Ipswich win, because Ipswich are currently 1-0 up against Tottenham Hotspur. They are currently 1-0 up. Can we go back to two wingers? I'd say get Ndidi off, personally. Play Facundo there in the 10. Mavididi Fatawu. And then Ayew or Edouard, I'd say. Marcus Rashford. He finds Bruno Fernandez in the middle. Back to Ugarte. Ugarte lofts it into Mazraoui, who delivers a ball. Finds Bruno Fernandez, and it's 2-0 to Manchester United. Ball delivered, and Bruno Fernandez has a brace. Bruno Fernandez has a brace in this game. A good ball delivered by Mazraoui, and Leicester City find themselves 2-0 down away from home at Old Trafford in the first 40 minutes. Ball goes wide to Mazraoui. He delivers a really nice ball in. Bruno Fernandez beats Christensen to the ball. If that was even Christensen's man to track, probably wasn't. It was probably Ndidi. That was Ndidi. That was Ndidi's man there. Ndidi stopped following him, I think. I believe that was Ndidi's man to track. I mean, it would make sense. Bruno and Ndidi. He stops running after him, and then it was left to Christensen to try and defend, and he can't, and it's headed in by Bruno Fernandez for his brace. What side does that goal come from? The right-hand side. The camera's on Christensen. I don't think it is Christensen. Oh, did it come off Christensen for the end goal? Was it? Wow. I think that was Ndidi's man, though. Does anybody... Anil, if you can hear me, was that Ndidi's man? I thought it was. Fernandez header is going wide and hits VK. Fucking hell, fire. Wave the white flag now, Keith says. Cooper's on the touchline. Tongue going around his mouth, not knowing what to do. What do I do now? I don't know. He has no idea what to do next. I mean, he's picked a fucking god-awful lineup to start, so... Yeah. Shower of shit. 2-0 down in the first half. Whilst Ipswich are 1-0 up against Tottenham and Wolves beat... who did they play yesterday? Was it Southampton, I think? Jordan Ayew's wiped out, but the ref plays advantage here. Justin on the right. There wasn't really much advantage because we've just gone backwards, but hey-ho. Oh, dearie me. This could easily be... I think this could go 3, to be honest with you. Andreas says he needs to be gone. Mazraoui is very skillful and has great crossing and passing. They would have pressed him more, otherwise he would make the run. It's over. El Canoes needs to start. I mean, at this point, I would get Ndidi off and bring El Canoes on because this is fucking shit. And the one chance Wilf has had to do something with it in literally one-on-one, he's fucked it. I'm sorry to say, he's absolutely fucked it. This is it, though, with Wilf. He gets in these good positions. Man United in again here. Diallo, he's going to shoot. Deflected. Wilf gets in these great positions. He does good runs. And then when he actually has the ball one-on-one, he's like, what the hell do I do with it? I don't know. I still think it was Wilf. I'm sorry, Clement. I think it was Wilf. I think it was Wilf's man. Bruno Fernandez into Amad Diallo. It's easy now for United. And Ipswich are 2-0 up. Ipswich are beating Spurs 2-0. Wow. What can you say? What a bad weekend this is. What a bad weekend this is for us. You look at the table now. You look at the table now, and Ipswich are out of the relegation zone. They're 2 points behind Leicester. All these people who said you can't sack Cooper. We're going directly back down, Sean says. James Justin with a chance here in the edge of the Man United area. What? That was a corner. And the lino's given a goal kick. Fucking hell. So Forest are winning. Ipswich are winning 2-0. Leicester are losing 2-0. If Top knows anything about football, he will rid Cooper ASAP. I said we needed 10 points by this break, and it looks that is all we will have. Yeah. Fucking hell, man. I honestly don't know what we're going to do here. I mean, we're not going to get anything from this game. We ain't getting anything from this game. So it all depends now on what we can do in the next 2 weeks on the international break. I don't know if there's much we can do, to be honest with you. Jesus Christ, man. Long ball by United. Christensen clears off his head. I don't know, man. What do people think? Where do we go from here? What do we do? The performance is pathetic and they get worse minute by minute. And Didi is not good at positioning himself as a defender. Can we just release Justin Christensen already? Andreas says it's just so frustrating. Give Edouard 45 minutes. We need to look at him. Yeah, we do. Justin Scott. Justin looks like a fucking clown. Oh, that's dirty. You guys just gone. Yo, that is dirty. Ugarte's just clattered Facundo and then done the same to Justin. What is that, man? He better have a yellow card. Dirty bastard. Get him gone. Justin's covered in paint, like literally everywhere. His whole body's white, it's like full white. Might be the first game we're not going to score. Our fullbacks are horrendous, LCFC_DP says. Did he get a yellow? Did Ugarte get a yellow for that? He better have. I don't think he did. I don't think he did. What a shower of shit, man. Can we get Southampton on schedule more often? I know. Ball forward by Leicester, cleared easily by Man United. There's 2 minutes of added time, people. So you can see the clock stopped on 45. There's 2 minutes of added time. Nope, no yellow, even though he's literally just committed 2 yellow card offences within 5 seconds of each other. Abdul Fattawi trying to get forward. He's now taken out, and the referee's finally given us something. Fucking hell, finally. That was Diego Delo that time taking Fattawi out. Leicester it's a decent area to put something in the box and just hope for the best. That's all I can say. Put something dangerous in the box. Yeah, mate. Agreed. Fattawi's ripping Delo apart. I think it'll either be Winks or Facundo to deliver this ball. After this game, Cooper will have 2 weeks to prepare his pucker plans to thrash Chelsea. It's going to be Winks to deliver, I think. The referee's just put a stop to the play a second to chat with Vestergaard and Mazraoui, who are getting a little bit physical. I want to get physical. Right, here we go. Harry Winks is going to deliver it. Come on, Winksy baby. No, it's Buonanotte to deliver the ball in. Off Ndidi's head. Cleared. Christensen needs to win that. Yeah, he does. Plays it back to the keeper. The 2 minutes have been played, so it should be half-time in just a second. There is one more chance for Diallo. Diallo's in the area. Shoot! Saved by Hermanson. Should have been 3. And Fast, once again, is waving his hands in the air like an idiot. Oh, what are you doing, lads? You're just as shit as everyone else, Fast, mate. Get a grip. He's such a knob, man. I'm really starting to dislike this guy, man. I'm really starting to dislike this guy. Is he forgetting what he just did? Is Fast forgetting what he did about 20 minutes ago when he nearly gave them a goal? Right. Half-time. I'm just making sure Luke had the link. I think he's got it. There we go. He's a twat. Ego to the roof. He is. I agree, man. We spoke about this on Leicester City Down Under. Literally, 24 hours ago. I said he's a knob, and there we go. Right, let's get in a nil. Hello, mate.
How you doing? How's everyone doing in chat?
Sorry, need to get my audio on.
No worries.
Here we go. Oh, mate, sorry, you heard a little outburst there towards Wout Faze. I hate it. There's nothing I hate more in football. And I said yesterday, Tielemans was a master, waving their hands, blaming everybody else but him. And he just did it at the end there. And I don't get why. But anyway, verdict on that half.
It's probably gone as we expected. That said, I think it's a little bit misleading. I don't think we deserve to be 2-0 down. I mean, if you look at the stats, maybe that chance right at the end was lucky. Maybe that Mads just made a really good save there. But I might not be as negative as everyone else in here. I think they scored a really good goal, that first one. That was their first shot on target. I think for large periods of that half, we were actually quite good. But what I will say is we haven't really done enough to sort of lay a glove on them. What was our best chance? Maybe like off a set piece of Ndidi or something like that. So we're having kind of like possession for possession's sake sort of thing. I think a lot of people have probably put it in chat. It's hard to see us scoring here. But I think 2-0 is quite flattering towards Man United, in my opinion. And I would say that I was very impressed with Buba Samare. Fatawu is an interesting one. He's got the beating of Dallo, but it's like, do we not want him on the other side? It'd be interesting to get your guys' take on it. But I don't think we've been awful today, to be honest with you. But we're not going to get anything from the game, are we? That's the reality.
Well, I'm going to go get a drink. But one thing I do want to just start. I'll start Luke off on it. I'll start Luke off on this one. Luke, what have you made to Wilfred Ndidi in that half?
Paul, to be honest with you, like he said, look, he's getting himself in some advantageous positions and he's getting the ball. He made a brilliant run, but his finishing's been poor. His first touch has been poor. I called for him to be dropped in my preview, and that's not me hating on Ndidi. He's been brilliant this season. I just think that sometimes I think his stats do flatter his overall performance over a game, and that's why I think there's an argument to be made. There's some other players that should be tried in that position.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of interesting because if you look at it, he's done all right on the defensive point of view, but is that really enough? So I tell you what, I'm going to bring up some of the stats from that half for everyone to see. So it's 2-0 to Manchester United at half time. Man United have bossed possession pretty much, but you can see here. See, here's what I'm saying is you look at like the XG, it's sort of saying that their chances have been, I wouldn't say fortuitous, they've been high quality. Like that first goal that Bruno Fernandez scores, great hit. Second one, I think that was an own goal. I don't know if it's gone down as his goal or not, but it's definitely come off Christensen. Otherwise, I think it's going wide. Otherwise, you can see for Leicester, we had 5 shots, but not really done too much other than that. I've got another one here to show. I mean, this kind of makes your point because indeed, I think that's quite lying, especially when you compare it to Buba. But you can sort of see here, a bit harsh here on Hermansen. But what do you make of the half overall?
So, yeah, I see what you're saying where, like you say, it wasn't that bad, but there's one glaring area that I'm sick of fucking talking about, and it's that right-hand side. Now, this is why it really frustrates me and why I want Cooper gone, because why do we keep persisting with Fatawu on that left-hand side? Because the problem with that is, one, look, he's beating his man down there. He's getting fouled a lot, and there should have been a lot more bookings than we've seen in this half. I think the ref is definitely a Fergie baby, but he's uncomfortable on that side of his left, right? And then his best option is on that left-hand side. If he beats his man, is put a cross in the box, which is what we're supposed to be getting the best out of with Christensen, which we rarely see. So then we now have JJ, again, exposed, expected to be a right winger in possession or pushing up the pitch, yet to track back. And like every goal has been from that area. I'm so sick of seeing it, man. Like, what are we doing? Why are we putting Fatah on the left, and why are we expecting JJ to be a right back / right winger? It's just it's never ever once worked or paid off having Fatah on the left or JJ expected to be basically playing 2 different positions. It's just not. And I'm so over having this conversation and being negative and all that. So yeah, talk to me.
No, I think that's totally fair, Luke, because to be honest, if you're right, it's like, when has it ever come off? That's the thing to look at it. It's like, if you did think it was good, where's the evidence for it? Whereas it has looked good the other way around. I think there's some good comments about Wilfis from Conscious. Wilfis a 10 in a game where he's going to get a load of time and space from Man United FC's donut midfield is a bad idea. Play him deeper and have a proper 10 or drop him. I think that's what you're saying there, Luke, with a lot of people talking about maybe El Canoes coming on at half time. Some people saying awful recruitment, that Vardy backup Edouard doesn't play. Yeah, what did you make of Ayew that half?
A few moments that were decent, but like again, it's just too slow with him in the build-up play. And what are your thoughts? Because there was moments where I thought, yeah, he's done all right, but then there was others where I was just like, you just held the ball up. He either gets fouled or he takes the ball infield sideways and then loses the ball. So when we're playing in that Cooper system, with IU, there's just not enough people making runs. We're not attacking with enough numbers. So it just breaks the ball down too much. And our transition just ends up just being quite barren, in my opinion. What are your thoughts?
100%. Great comment here from Jake. Tell me why Ndidi is the only one making line-breaking runs. We need a proper striker up there, not just a false nine midfielder that IU is being. I think that's quite indicative. I would say I don't think either of them have necessarily been that bad, but you can just see from their quality that it's just in direct contrast to what Man United have got. Better players in those positions are probably going to be that more clinical and get you there. You're bang on about Fatau. That's frustrating. I think he's actually been very good for us, and he's definitely got the beating of Dallo, and he's making stuff happen. But because he can't cut in and threaten with the shot, it definitely takes some element of his games. He's got to get to the byline to cross. Despite that, he still looks like the one most likely to make something happen. But, you know, something to kind of get around there. You know, IU looks like a fourth midfielder, not his position. Yeah, he's not been. Yeah, like I say, the move is definitely broken down a little bit there. IU was all right. Some nice hold up later and got a fullback in with 1-2 that might have seen the fullback forward on the edge of the area. That's probably what he's okay. But yeah, he's just not really making that much great of it. And I think another good comment here. So we're 2-0 down at Old Trafford, 11th game of the season. We need to do something. Will our 40 million of summer signings come on? What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, I think definitely. So we were talking as well when watching the game, and Neil and I, like the one player that would definitely, I think if you had to bench someone at halftime, it would be Ndidi. And in my opinion, I'd bring on Bilal. I would also, if it were me, I would be stuck up front and I would have Fatawi on the right and Mavididi in the left. Or because there's no one really we can bring. Edwards, like we're not even going to entertain that conversation. There's no point taking IU off or putting him on the left and putting Edward on the front. I just don't see it. So I think Bilal just for now needs to come on. And I think the most painful problem is, as much as you want to slag off JJ or say he's been poor, I don't think there's any player in that we have available, maybe even at all, in the Cooper system that can play that right winger / right back role and not look vulnerable at some point in the Premier League. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, it's quote Akif here, it's all on Cooper. When you play that system, it doesn't matter who you play in that position, they're going to get caught exposed. It's as simple as that. We've seen it time and time again. We know that is, you know, going to be the problem. There's some interesting comments here. So I use too slow for transition. I think that's a fair point. Dallas Fox says, Craig, at this point, bring on as many subs and go for it. I'd rather lose 6-0 than hang on for 2-0. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I would rather, like, you know, us have a go. I can agree. Like, there's an interesting comment here about putting Mavididi on maybe up front. I'm not sure I'll go that far, but Bilal and Steffi on for Ndidi and IU, put Steffi as the striker with his pace like we saw pre-season. What do you make of that?
Bilal and Steffi on for Ndidi and IU.
Yeah.
Put Steffi as striker. No, I think there's a decent shout there. I was actually thinking about this in my head while I was watching the game, but I just don't think that from what we saw in pre-season at the beginning of the season of Steffi, that I think that it would really be of any value. What are your thoughts? Look, I think look, I'll say this about I think the problem with him is, like, there was at least 2 times where I think he was too indecisive and it turned the ball over. That's what I think the problem with IU is, and why I still think that he's a finisher. Probably better off at the left wing as well. So I don't think he's an out-and-out striker.
I would say, though, that I think, like, I would definitely put Mavididi on, but I'd put Fatau on the right and then have 2 wingers try and attack their fullbacks. And then IU can be better at holding up and trying to link them in. There's some good comments there. You got, players have been decent, putting in the solid performances, but we're getting overloaded on the right. And once again, both goals come from the right, which is exactly it. Insanity, doing the same thing every time and expecting different results, which is true. I was talking to Locks about this before the game. Why don't we just play a simple 4-3-3? And that's one way to prevent you getting overloaded on either side, which is happening time and time again. Like, what frustrates me is I've seen this quite a few. I saw this early on in the game. Man United started attacking down the right-hand side. And as soon as they won it, they immediately switched it over to the left, because they knew that Justin was going to be, and Mazraoui got it, and it was completely alone. It's like they're looking for that. They know that. They've done their homework. They know that's how to play. Compact the game down one side, and there's going to be a huge gap down the other one where Justin is. And the warning signs were there. Welcome back, Locks. What do you think?
I'm a Wout Phase hater. Mate, honestly, I've just gone to get a beer, mate, and it's actually like, I don't mean to hold a grudge, but it's actually really wound me up in that half. And I don't, because it was actually him that Diallo dribbled past, wasn't it? At the end there, It was actually him. and he's waving his hands up and looking at other people. And I'm like, how arrogant can you be, my friend? How arrogant? You realize he's played more games in the Championship than he has in the Premier League, mate, right? Without faith.
Is he
He's
really?
played more Championship games than Premier League games in his career. Anyway. Any chance of a Vestergaard-Coley partnership in the future? Bloody hell. Instead of Fast. But no, on the game itself, it's... to be honest with you, Neil, I don't disagree with you much. I really don't disagree with you that often. But I actually don't know how you think it's been okay. I'm quite surprised. I thought it's been shit. I really have.
I think Samari's had a decent half
think
again.
A lot of people would probably agree with you.
Well, to be fair, Neil, what I will say is that you have a bigger tactical mind than most of us. So, you probably do see things that we don't see. I think I'm very guilty of looking on the face of it sometimes and saying, well, we're 2-0 down. We've barely had a sniff, so we're terrible and it's been all bad. So, yeah, I get where you're coming from. But is there something you wanted to bring up, Neil? Because there's something shared.
No.
Oh, okay.
I've brought it up already. I mean, we were just saying that stats-wise, I do think the scoreline's misleading, but yeah, I just can't see us getting anything out from the game. That's the problem. I think as soon as that, and I think, the sad thing is after that first goal went in, it's hard to sort of see us getting back into it. That's the issue. I think that was the game plan. We probably need to keep it 0-0 for a while and then try and hit them on the other side. Like I say, I think individually, like where have the goals come from? So first goal is just a bit of quality. The second goal is the frustrating one, right? Because that's the flaw in this particular system, which is why everyone's been calling, like, why are we playing it?
Yeah. Luke, we spoke about this briefly on your video yesterday about motivating the players. I mean, what do you think? What do you think does get said in the dressing room at halftime? Because I remember the Forest game. It was quite funny because I know was it 1-1 at halftime, and like it wasn't a bad performance. And Wolfie made a joke and said, well, the problem is now they've got to go in and listen to Steve Cooper for 15 minutes. And we came out and we lost the game. But, what do you think goes on in that dressing room? What can Steve Cooper say or do to get to turn this game around?
I have no fucking idea. I don't know, man. I really don't. I'd love to be a fly on the wall and see what he says. We just don't know. I don't think they'll ever be answered. I would just be taking a stab at it just as good as any of you guys would be. But definitely with that beak of his, like, he's not inspiring anybody. Like, it needs to get on a trip to Turkey Land and sort that out and come back a new man, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Joseph, next to the subscribe button, there's a little a bell button, so just hit the notification bell, please, mate, and that will turn on notifications. Right, final question. I'm guessing that the half's about to start or they're coming out soon, but final question. I think you've probably touched on it already. Who is the first change you make? What is the first one, Anil, that turns this game around?
Bilal Kanouz for Ndidi, probably.
Okay, Luke.
Yep, same thing we talked about. Yeah, Bilal for Ndidi, put in Mavididi on the left, and then put Fatau on the right. Stop fucking around.
Nicely said, mate. Nicely said. Right, lads. Thank you so much. Of course, instant match reaction at full time. So yeah, not long after full time, we'll go over to instant match reaction. Cheers, boys. Thank you, Anil. No, you're okay, Luke, mate. You're okay. Don't worry, mate. You're okay. As the camera says, stop fucking around. Exactly. Stop fucking around. Cooper is coming on. Cooper is coming on. Where's he going to play? He'd probably do a better job than Ndidi, wouldn't he? It seems like when we start good, the players look for motivation from the manager. He looks lost. The players then run off ideas. Stephanie says, I think the best chance we will get is if we run down the wing with the ball and cut it in when the midfielders are in the box so we can shoot and get a goal. Sean says, I see Cooper on my feed. Head loss begins. Glazers out, Chester Leicester says. What about Ineos? Ineos out? I don't think this Leicester side is abysmal, but in every position we are average. Fatawu offers something extra sometimes. We don't have the quality, so away to Man United, what do we expect? Maybe a goal. We could expect a goal, maybe. Peter says, we just need a bit of luck, which is fair. The second half is just about to start, so I will get the timer at the ready, everybody. Okay. There we go. Tactics doing us no justice. It's time to get rid of Cooper, but Top will delay till it's too late. I can feel a Samari hat trick. No more square pegs and round holes, please. No substitutions at halftime. No substitutions at halftime. Completely unchanged for Leicester in this second half. Yeah, no changes coming, mate. No problem at all. Samari is making a real starting 11 claim here. 100%. 100%. According to Cooper, 90k for Edward is better than Tom Cannon. Classic Cooper. Are we playing back with the ball? Buonanotte is already down injured. So there we go. He's back up on his feet, thankfully. And Ipswich are, as I said, 2-0 up against Tottenham Hotspur. Away at, I was going to say White Hart Lane, but away at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I think it's called. And Ipswich are winning 2-0. Crazy stuff. El Canoes get bought for playing only 10 minutes each game. Criminal. Yeah. Okay. As I said, we are underweight. If anybody is new here, this is how it works. There is the starting 11. There's the substitution bench. There is the score. There is the clock. There is the subscriber count. And that's where you can follow us. Thank you very much. At full time of this game, we will be redirected live over to instant match reaction. Still on this channel now. There'll be a live redirect. So there will be a very good review of the game from Anil, Neil, and Luke. They all break down everything and anything to do with the game. And so, yeah, stick around at full time, please. We will also be joined by Danish fan LCFC Duck at full time as well to have a chat with me. No subs, as Anil says. No substitutions. Ball in here. James Justin to challenge Anana. Anana wins it. Boys, don't forget to sub. Yeah, and Cooper, don't forget to sub. But yeah, if you can subscribe to this channel, it's already gone up by quite a bit today. So thank you so much for the support and love. Much appreciated. And if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. The commenting is more important. So please get your comments in throughout the show and let me know what you think to the game. James Justin with it here. CR7 edits. I am as well going to make you a moderator of the chat, my friend, because you are a very good guy. You're always here, mate. So I'll make you a moderator of the chat now, pal. Fatawu with it on the left. He's challenged by Delo. He wins a foul as well. Casemiro, sorry. Challenged by Casemiro. Okay, what do I do here? I need to remember how I can make you a moderator now. I think it's settings, permissions, no, community, yes. There we go. Give your YouTube a refresh, CR7 edits, and you should now be a moderator, mate. I think we need to stop playing it back. Get the midfielders up and keep passing it so we can make opportunities to score. 0 yellow cards. No, it's mental. It's mental, by the way. 0 yellow cards. Okay. It's going to be a free kick from Harry Winks or Buonanotte. One of the two stood over it. Good chance to deliver a good ball here. They go short for some reason. Christensen hits it instead. What a pathetic attempt at a set piece that was. There you go, mate. Jesus. Terrible cross. Yeah, it was, mate. It was a terrible cross. Who's looking forward to that Chelsea-Arsenal game? I am. I'm going to watch that with my dinner later. What's everyone got for dinner? Let me know. What's everyone eating today? It's better than the game. Wout Faze. Harry Winks. Yannick Vestergaard now. Abdul Fatawu challenged. Oh, he does well, Fatawu there on the left. And he fucks it up with a really bad pass. Now, Wout Faze is caught out of position. Harry Winks puts in a really good challenge there. Really good challenge. Wilfred Ndidi now with a chance to get the ball up quickly. Come on, Leicester, get it forward. Delivered ball by Fatawu, deflected. 1 Scotch egg for lunch there. That's not good enough, mate. Come on, Leicester. Please do something positive. I pray to God Cooper is sacked by Top in the international break. Man United getting forward here. Out wide to Marcus Rashford now. Here on the left. Rashford is into the box. Into Bruno. Challenged by Facundo. Samari plays out. Ayew's fouled there. What? That's a foul on Ayew, but no, the referee disagrees. Indeed, he gets a foot in there. Nicely done. Now Fatawu will try and get forward, but there's no one running with him. It's just so disjointed. It's so slow on the counter. The transition's slow. This is hard to watch. I would agree completely, mate. It's pretty grim, to be honest with you. It is pretty grim. Justin tries to bend a lofted ball around the corner to Ayew, but Ayew has not got the mind or the legs of Jamie Vardy to get there, unfortunately. What was that? Tell me about it. Another long ball forward, and guess where it ended? In Onana's hands. What a surprise. Ipswich are now 2-1 up against Spurs. Spurs have scored a goal. Hopefully they score another 2. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. We need to make opportunities so we can get the ball and shoot. 100%, Stephanie. 100%. It just goes to show no Vardy, no Party. Ipswich's goal, Spurs' goal was ruled out, so it is still 2-0 to Ipswich. Johnny Evans is coming on for Manchester United. Johnny Evans is coming on. So is Alejandro Garnacho, the guy who did very well against us in the cup game, I believe. I think he did well. I think he played well. I like him as a player. He's coming on, and Johnny Evans is coming on just to take the piss out of Leicester, I reckon. Just to take the piss out of us, they are coming on. Forest have conceded. It's now Forest 1, Newcastle 1. Adding insult to injury, Evans coming on. 100%, mate. What a fucking disaster. Mazraoui here with it. Bad touch from him. Gives Facundo a chance to challenge him. United still have the ball, though. Rashford now. Mazraoui just runs through easily. Delivers a ball, cleared by Vestergaard. Bruno Fernandez still has it, though. Terrible pass. Whatever that was, a shot, a pass, I don't know. Isaac, you beautiful man. Do United ever get through a match without one of their centre-backs getting injured? Is there an injury? Is that why he's coming on? Who is it that's injured? I didn't see. They look okay, but could be wrong. Abdul Fattah now on the left. I don't know, man. They might just be bringing him on just to rest somebody or tactically. I don't know. They might just be resting someone. Although they wouldn't need to rest, would they? Because it's an international break. But anyway, we'll see. They did play a few days ago. Facundo tries a back heel. Kind of now Justin and Facundo. Facundo's fouled by Ugarte. Decent area now for Leicester to have a chance. Evans looks injured before he comes on. Yeah. So, yeah, Leicester will have a decent free kick here in a decent area. Ugarte takes him out and still no yellow card, even though he's done that 3 times now. 3 times and still no yellow card. We've got a handful of chances for shooting, having to make more advance so we can score. No yellow card, of course not, mate. There's no yellows. There's no yellows for United players. Vestergaard, Facundo, Winks, all talking about this free kick as if something big is going to happen. Onana's lining up his wall. It is genuinely a decent area to hit this. It's mental. It's mental. As always, Facundo and Winks lined up over this free kick. They're both over this free kick. What will they do? It looks like it's going to be Facundo to take it. It looks like it's going to be Facundo Buonanotte to take this free kick. About you could say messy distance. You could call it messy distance. Oh, they've played it short. What the fuck is that? That's so bad, man. What a pathetic set piece that is. That's pathetic. That was so pathetic. We spent fucking 3 minutes like starting to... Honestly, man. That is so bad. Jesus Christ, man. What is that? What was that? I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Sean. What the hell was that? I have no idea, mate. I genuinely have no idea. We need to make some changes now. Leicester have got United are forward here with Rasmus Højlund, the Danish striker, up against Justin. Of course, he makes Justin look shit, who everyone pretty much does. So that was he just is shit. But anyway, ball in from Rashford, headed away. What a joke. Just 3 minutes off the click to do, yeah. Trying to do the Netherlands tactic versus Argentina in the World Cup. Yeah, probably, mate. United into the box. Bruno goes for the header. He doesn't win it. Fast wins it instead, and the referee gives a foul against Rashford. Against Bruno, sorry. Scores on the doors. Still Manchester United 2, Leicester City 0, Forest 1, Newcastle 1, Tottenham 0, Ipswich 2. As it stands, Ipswich are 2 points off us. And here come the substitutions for Manchester United. It is Johnny Evans on for Diego Dalot. And it's Alejandro Garnacho on for Marcus Rashford. Watching the GA. The game. So, do you mean the game, Dawn? Our GD is going down the pan. Yeah. Why the fuck are we not just having a crack with that free kick? That's pissed me off heaps. Yeah, exactly. Garnacho will make it 3. Cooper, F off with your defensive play style. Somebody said there's 60 people in the chat, by the way. If you can hit the like button and hit subscribe, that'd be great. We've already gone up to 5,336, I think that says. Bring Mavididi on as a striker for pace. Winks and Bruno Fernandez are having a little chat here. If he doesn't want Edouard, then Ayew off, Mavididi on, Facundo at false 9, Fatawu on the right. Just watching the game, wasting the free kicks, frustrating to watch. Absolutely, mate. So pathetic yet again. It's shit. And it's been a nothing half so far. We're already 12 minutes. We're already 12 minutes into the second half, and it's just a nothing half so far. Just a nothing half. I'd agree with you, Conscious, mate. It's not defensive as such. It's just meh. There's just no plan, it seems. Joseph says, sack Cooper, hire Ruud van Nistelrooy. Would like to see Daka. Unfortunately, he's not playing, mate. As you can see down there, there's the substitution bench. There's the substitution bench, and there's the starting 11. Bruno Fernandez is holding his little head. He's hurt his head, unfortunately. Samari plays it out to Justin on the right. Boubacar Samari, he tries to go long and find Ndidi. It was a decent ball, but I think that was Johnny Evans, actually. Managed to get a head on it before him. Samari doing well again. Very, very well. I hope you're listening, Neil. Hope you're listening. Fatawu's just been completely brought down by Mazraoui. Not even a foul, just a throw-in, I think. Send a message to Neil asking if he's seen Samari. Did Cooper ever done something good for the team since he was there? I mean, I'm sure there's some things that he's done well. Why is JJ so bad? He was good a few years back. He was in a good team. He had good players around him, didn't he? Fernandez should be booked for being a crybaby. Our fullback's the most needed position in Jan. I'd say we need one, yeah. JJ never recovered from his first big injury. He was a completely different player when he first joined. We need to sack Cooper, Stephanie says. Stephanie's really not a Steve Cooper fan because I've seen her say sack Cooper about 10 times. It's a hard watch, people. It's a hard watch, as am I. I'm also a hard watch, but thanks for watching anyway. Well, that's true. Sean gets it spot on. A manager maybe is the most required position, not a fullback. Leicester with a chance now. Oof, we tried to find Fatawu, but Mazraoui gets there just in front of Fatawu. We could play this game till Tuesday and not score a goal. We all know Cooper is just here to keep us in the Premier League, not the long-term solution. Stephanie says, I'm not a fan of Cooper. I can tell, Stephanie. I can tell. James Justin on the right. Puts it into Jordan Ayew. Terrible touch that from Ayew. He's still got the ball, though. Justin, can he deliver a ball? He does. Cleared by Casemiro. Garnacho in a race against James Justin now, though. Justin did get back, but they still have the ball, United, and they've just kicked it out of play. This is true. This is true, Conscious. The manager is always the best person to replace, the easiest to replace, because you can't replace 11 players. You can replace a manager. JJ caught up field on transition again. 100%. 100%. Are people still wanting Ayew to start over Mavididi? To be fair, though, Chester, we've seen Ayew's playing as a striker. He's not replaced Mavididi, has he? You know what I mean? Technically, we've not seen him on the left today. He's playing as a 9. When you know the answer to this question, Keith, pop down to Old Trafford and let Steve Cooper know, mate. No quality defenders and no ruthless strikers. Get some players on and move. Oh, what a surprise. The first person yellow carded in this game is a Leicester City player, Facundo Buonanotte, despite other players absolutely clattering everybody else. Ugarte, he clattered 3 players in a row within 5 seconds of each other. No yellow card. Let's see this challenge. I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's probably yellow, but the others were as well. That's the point. Oh, did he even touch him? Sean says, give me a possession-based manager and some competent tactics. Buonanotte misses the next match. Harry Winks is now talking to Steve Cooper and Emmerdale Farm character Alan Tate. He'll miss the next game, Henry. Yeah. Buonanotte suspended for Chelsea. Yeah. What a dead half of football this is, by the way, guys. What a dead half of football this is. Samari the GOAT. Mavididi has to be benched in order to unlock his hunger and star abilities. Oh well, Chelsea game we've lost anyway. Enzo to have his best game as a manager. 9-0. 9-0 Chelsea. He missed the tackle, I meant. Yes, yeah. Well, that makes the Chelsea game dead as well with no Facundo. Exactly, mate. It's all dead. This is all fucking dead with this manager. It's all shit, let's be honest. It's really bad. Okay, finally the play is about to restart. It'll be Onana to take the free kick. Ipswich are still 2-0 away at South Ipswich. Ipswich are still 2-0 up away at South. What am I saying? Tottenham. Boring old Cooper. How is our XG better than United's on FootMob? It'll be the Ndidi chance. Ndidi was 1-on-1. He should have scored. That'll be why. Leicester with a chance here. Abdul Fattawi finds Ndidi. When I say, I mean this with all due respect. I mean this with the greatest of respect. Get Wilfred Ndidi the fuck off the pitch right now, please. Like, get him off the pitch. Get Wilfred Ndidi off the pitch. He makes these great runs and puts himself in such a good position. And this is why people like Manny love him. No disrespect to Manny, because I like him as well at times. He gets into the right positions, but he can't finish his dinner. He can't do anything with it. That's twice now. He's been right there. That's why our XG is higher, because of Ndidi's chance. And what does that say about Ndidi that he missed that chance? Garnacho now. Justin deals with it quite well. Garnacho still got it. Justin puts him under pressure and he wins it back and he clears. Nice one. I tried to be positive, but I take it back. Mavididi and Bilal, please, Cooper. Well, we are now 67 minutes in and there is still no tactical change, substitution, anything. It's embarrassing. Does Cooper just not trust his subs or what? 66 minutes, no change. It's a joke. It's actually a joke. We've gone 66 minutes without a change. It's actually crazy. It's actually nuts. 2:30 a.m. here in Melbourne, and this is sending me to sleep. This is Cooper, no subs, because he just doesn't know how to change a game. Comment of the day right there. Comment of the day. He doesn't know how to impact a game. I would agree 150%. It's actually embarrassing. He's just letting us lose, man. He's literally letting us lose, Steve Cooper. He's literally saying, oh, well, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just keep these lads on. I mean, they're not losing heavily. We'll just leave it. It's fine. It's fine. It's only 2-0. It's not an embarrassment. It's no problem. That's what he's doing. It's like he's too scared to make a change, and then it goes the other way, and they score again. Yeah, you're right, Clibbo. Well, that's the way some people would look at it, Ray. Because certain people, including many people on Leicester Fan TV, after this video, after this match, will say, 2-0 away at Old Trafford. That's not bad, That's not bad. It's okay. No problem. It's okay. It's United, and we're Leicester. We're newly promoted. We shouldn't be winning against Man United. Losing 2-0 is a good result. Abdul Fattawi drives forward. He finds Facundo Buonanotte. He gets taken out. Referee disagrees again. Ayew shoots. Ayew hits the side net end. And it's going to be a goal kick or a throw or a corner. I think it's a corner. Have you tried ZYN rather than... I don't know what that is, mate. ZYN. Oh, I've just seen it. Yes, I have, mate. I've tried something similar. Not for me. I don't want to hear anyone defend this shit. Well, I'll tell you what, mate. 7:30 p.m. tomorrow on Leicester Fan TV, you will hear it be defended. But it's okay, Clibbo. You won't be watching that, will you? You'll be watching the live call-in show on Blue Tinted Glasses at 7 p.m. instead. Terrible corner from Leicester. Terrible corner. And it goes out for a goal kick. With how slow Evans is, you'd think Cooper would instruct the players. Right, we do have a substitution coming on. It is going to be Mr. Bilal El Khanous. Bilal El Khanous has come on for Wilfred Ndidi. About half an hour too late. Half an hour too late. Well, not half an hour, but 20 minutes too late. Well, yeah, it should have. Yeah, it should have happened at halftime. Yeah. Finally, you take Ndidi off. Finally, Bilal El Khanous is on the pitch. It's actually baffling how this change has taken 15 minutes to be 25 minutes to be made. It's crazy. It's crazy. Utterly madness. Newcastle have gone 2-1 up against Forest, and Tottenham have scored to make it 2-1 against Ipswich. Ipswich is still 2-1 up in that one. Forest losing, yeah. Here he is. Bilal El Khanous is here. Hello to my viewers in Morocco. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching. Bilal El Khanous is on. Will he score like he did last time? Oh, Garnacho's open here. Garnacho's into the penalty area against Wout Faes. There's been a couple comings together here. It did come down JJ's side. He's completely open. He's left Garnacho. I mean, it's embarrassing, really. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. How many times does it need to go down James Justin's side before Steve Cooper wakes up and sees that there is a clear tactical problem on that side? Yeah, it's madness, isn't it? We've got to get relegated again, and then we've got to come back to the Premier League, then just get relegated again. It's going to just be a loop. We'll see. I hope not. I really do hope not. 72 minutes on the clock. 72 minutes on the clock. What did happen here with Garnacho? He slipped. I think has he pulled something in his, I don't know what happened. I think Fast stood on his hand by accident. We're going to get sent down to the National League with this strategy. Johnny Evans just ran through 3 of our players, kill me. One pass to exploit JJ, being we aren't good enough with the ball to do this. JJ's been asked to do it in 2 plays 70 yards apart on the pitch every half. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with this shit, man. Oh, dear. The ref is horrible, Joseph says. Leicester look very open now all of a sudden at the back, by the way. So we might get our fingers burnt, but we've got to do what you've got to do to score a goal. At least try and score a goal. At least try and score a goal. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. Because at the moment, we're not. Boubacar Samari plays it out to Justin. Justin has to come back and goes back to Wout Faes. "74 minutes coming up to." Yeah, Ipswich are winning 2-1. They're still 2 points away from us. I don't think so. I don't think it was handball. Bilal El Khanous now. Bilal El Khanous on the ball. He's under a lot of pressure. He has to go back to JJ, who I'm sure will just have to hit it long. He doesn't. He just sends it for a throw-in. Justin's struggling, and now Joshua Zirkzee is coming on. Joshua Zirkzee is coming on. Can't wait for us to make Xerxes look like R9. It will happen, mate. It will happen. It will happen. You know it will. Possession all with Manchester United at the moment. They're playing around with it at the back now with Johnny Evans, who goes back to Onana. Onana hits it long and goes out of play. Another JJ nightmare today. Need to move him on. Move him on or just bench him, Manny? Is he better than Luke Thomas as a left back? I don't think so. So I think you keep him as squad depth, surely. Don't move him on. But yeah, Manny, I don't think it is. Yeah, Justin isn't great and he's caused a lot of problems. But the tactical is, for me, it's tactical reasons why he is so exposed, because he's being asked to operate so high up on the right. He hasn't got time to get back. Cooper looks absolutely lost. He looks like a lost puppy. He looks like he's so lost he's going to lose his job. That's what it looks like. And I pray to God it's true. He's absolutely wank. He's a terrible manager. He is terrible unless he's playing against the likes of Plymouth and Millwall and fucking Huddersfield in the playoff final. He is not good enough to be managing in the Premier League. Look at Forest since they've sacked him. Look at Forest. Look what they've gone on to do. You're right, You're right. Bruno, Garnacho in the box, shoots, gone wide. Christian Eriksen is coming on now. Justin is struggling. None of us fans even wanted Cooper as our manager. 4-0, watch it happen. No Vardy, no party. The absolute shamelessness in the post-match press conference will not echo any of what you see right now. I agree. It's mental to me how Rude made more attacking changes or subs at all than us, literally 2-0 down. Locks, Potter on Sky. Bored already. Yeah. There's a new series out called Day of the Jackal. Don't know if you've seen it, but I recommend it. It's very good. I might just watch that later. Casemiro's coming off right now for Manchester United. Agree, tactically impossible for him, but so many sloppy challenges, sloppy passes, sloppy positioning, time to look for alternatives. A telephone box would be a better manager than Cooper. IU last minute goal. It's all time wasting now. Manny, though, what I would say to this, mate, is that we would have had an alternative if Ricardo wasn't injured, right? I think Ricardo would have played. Personally, that's what I think would have happened. So maybe it's just an injury, so he's had to come in. Who knows? But we'll see. Cooper, get the fuck out of our club. Yeah. IU last minute goal. Yeah. We'll see about that. It's good. Watched it last night. It is good, mate. Very good. It's very good. It gave me like James Bond vibes, right? Or like maybe not even James. Yeah, it did give me James Bond vibes in a way, actually. Right. Garnacho up against Wout Faze. Justin's just given up defending, I think. So Faze is doing it instead. He wins the ball. IU with it. Fucking hell, it's an embarrassment, mate. We can't do anything with it. I think if the team could just decide to just go into the changing room now and just end it down the tunnel, I think they would. It's just there's just nothing, man. There's nothing going on. This is so bad. And Cooper knows it as well. He won't say it, but he knows it's terrible. He'll make excuses or he'll talk about the good things in the game and stuff like this. But if you were a serious manager, imagine Enzo Maresca watching this. He'd come in and say, yeah, it was terrible. And he'd bollock all of them. We will get rotisserie grilled by Chelsea. I agree completely. We need to be ruthless, throw in the towel. This is not Leicester. Literally, all we can hope for now is a Spurs goal. That's what it's come to. But at least he's honest. Steve Cooper's press conferences are so refreshing. Oh my God, it's so nice to have an honest manager and it's so refreshing. So refreshing. This is better than having an arrogant manager like Endo Maresca or Brendan Rodgers. Shut up. Shut up. Casey McAteer's coming on now. Big game changer. Big game changer, Casey McAteer. Well done, Cooper. Love it. Yes, Ricky would start, but our numbers 2 needs to be someone else. Yeah. Enzo would be livid with this. He's making Top and Rodkin look stupid. What good things about this game? The good thing about this game is that we haven't had an injury. That's the good thing. Where would we be with Corberan? Couldn't be worse. Enzo will clown us, and I wouldn't blame him. Harvey Barnes just scored for Newcastle. Somebody said, is that 3-1 to Newcastle? It is. It is. Ten Hag needs a job. What's going on here? They've just carved. How have they just carved through us that easily? Bruno Fernandez. He's still running with it. He's found Garnacho. Garnacho. It's 2-0. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. It's fucking shit, man. I can't explain to you. I can't explain to you. I mean, I can because you're watching it. I'm sure most of you are watching it. It is shit. And again, it's down the right. I can't believe I predicted 2-1. Can you believe I predicted 2-1? Can you believe it? Yeah, Cooper with that smug look. For context, if you're not watching the game, Garnacho cuts inside on the right, pretty much from the same distance as Bruno Fernandez did for the first goal. Bruno went bottom right corner. Garnacho's gone top right bins. Beats Hermanson. Bruno Fernandez assist. I'll tell you what, guys. If you have Bruno Fernandez on your fantasy football team, you are laughing today. You are laughing today. And Ruud van Nistelrooy and Manchester United have officially put Leicester City into a spliff. And Casey McAteer's on, people. Everybody, Casey McAteer is on. Yes, get in. Get in. Casey McAteer's on. Get in. Yes. Get in. Buzz in. Casey McAteer's come on. Game changer. 83 minutes on. 83 minutes on the game. 3-0 down. Casey McAteer's on. Thank God we've got Steve Cooper. James Justin's off. Tactical genius. Justin's being dragged. Fuck this, man. Fuck it. I'm fed up with this shit. And again, tomorrow night on Leicester Fan TV, you will have people that actually advocate for this. They advocate for it. They don't care. It's an English, hard-working, honest, refreshing manager. That's what they want. They don't care about everything else. They just care about that. United are in again. Offside, I think. Yeah, given offside. Leicester have a corner. Bilal El Khanous. Ipswich 5 minutes away from winning their game. Ball in. Johnny Evans clears. Monday morning, announced Van Nistelrooy as manager. What I've seen, proactive, not afraid. £72 for Chelsea game. No thanks. Imagine still being in the Championship. Yeah, I'm going to leave this comment up. Yeah. Leeds are falling apart again. No Mavadidi. No, mate. No Mavadidi. Abdul Fatawu. He was taken out as a foul. It is free kick to Leicester. Yeah, still no Mavadidi, mate. Yeah, still no Mavadidi. Great man management of Mavadidi today. Yeah, we will pass on way up to the Prem next season. Bloody hell, you can't even beat Millwall, mate. Don't think so. Leicester with a free kick here. Probably Buonanotte or Winks to stand over this one. Forest are on the verge of losing it as well, by the way. Newcastle 3-1 up. Ipswich 2-1. Obviously, Man United 3, Leicester 0, as you can see on the screen. Just under 5 minutes to play of normal time, and then it's any injury time added on. Harry Winks delivers. Goes over everybody, out for a Manchester United throw-in. Isn't this what you said last season as well, mate? No coincidence, no Vardy, no goals. I wanted 2016 Leicester team pack. Yeah, don't we all, mate? Don't we all? That'd be nice. That's true. That is true, Dodo. We are all delusional. Although I find myself not so delusional these days. I do say Leicester is shit and we're going to lose, and we do. So, yeah. Anyway, it's a bit of a dead game. The classic sob the striker after 87 minutes. At least it's almost over. Getting promoted is great, but actually being in the Premier League is effing shit, says Matt. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad if we'd actually had a better manager. Any of our games in London are throwaway losses, just like your lot with Hull and Borough. Hull and Borough? Do you need me to name more of your ones? Oi, you over here? What about in Bristol, mate? In Bristol, what about them games? How are they? What about in Sunderland, mate? North East, what about them? What about them? What about at home? In Yorkshire, mate, Burnley, what about them? What about them? What about at home against Portsmouth, mate? What about them? This is a madness. Manny says, how many times is a Wink set piece over hit? A lot. 3 flipping minutes to go, and now you can't run it all. Where was that sub half an hour ago? Yeah, it's extremely frustrating now, to be honest with you. I cannot wait for this game to be over. And we did call it. We did say it is probably going to be a long afternoon, and it has well and truly turned out to be the case. We have a few minutes left of the game, but honestly, as you've probably noticed, that there's not really much point in talking about too much of it, because it's all a pile of shit, to be honest with you. I'm not saying this because of the score, but Cooper is incapable of managing our team. Let him go now and get ready for the champions. It's Top's choice. Subs made after the third goal and forward within 5 minutes to go. Haha, going down. It's a shame Leeds can't go down because they're not even up in the first place. Start the car for Cooper. Yeah, this sits with our poor recruitment and people off the pitch. Don't blame an average side for playing average. We have no quality anymore. It's not an average side, mate. It's Cooper. It is Cooper, mate. It is Cooper. He doesn't know what he's doing. So I should get a phone pop-up on the call-in tomorrow. Joseph, you will get a phone pop-up in about 20 minutes, mate, 15 minutes, because in 15 minutes' time, we have the instant match reaction going live. So at full time of this game, literally 10 seconds later, after this live stream, when it ends, 10 seconds later, there will be another one live with the instant match reaction with the Nil and the boys. Let Cooper walk home. Yeah. Yeah, this is well and truly turned into a nothing game, by the way. Edward is on, by the way. I think you guys are forgetting about the early noughties, but anyway. There is no structure in this team. Don't ever let him walk down the tunnel at full time. United in Diallo. Fernandez delivers, cleared by Vestergaard. Lee Chappie is not happy. I think we're all Cooper out except a certain channel. Look, don't beat around the bush. Leicester Fan TV YouTube channel are the types of people that allow the board to just not make the tough decisions. I'm sorry to say it. The certain demographic of football fan, of Leicester fan, say it's okay because the manager's English and he's honest in his interviews and he's refreshing and he's not arrogant and it's not tippy-tappy football. It's get it forward. I'm not seeing much of that, but get it forward, right? Because of them types of fans, the board think they don't have to make the decision to sack a manager. And it was why Cooper was here, because when Cooper was linked, if 100% of the fans kicked off, it wouldn't have happened. But you get a certain demographic of football fans who are happy with it because he's English and he's honest and it's not tippy-tappy football. It's what they watched in the fucking 80s and 90s. So that's all they care about. That's all they care about. What do we have on the clock? I don't think they will, Tito. I don't think they're going to sack him. Seriously, this is the last best chance to make a change. That is true, Ray. That is true. We have a framework, not a structure. If we are honest, Locks, I honestly believe a lot of fans just want a British manager and will make any excuse for that reason. They didn't like Enzo. They didn't want Carlos Corberán, right? They didn't want Carlos Corberán. Who else were we linked with? I think at one point we were linked with fucking Maritzi Sarri or something. You know, I'm not saying it would ever have happened. They didn't want him. They wanted David Moyes or Steve Cooper or Graham Potter, maybe. It's because they're English. It's because they're English and they're refreshing. That is why. That is why they wanted Steve Cooper. There's a certain, I'm sorry to say, and it's not bullshit. There is a demographic of Leicester fans who are so blinded by wanting Brexit football, 4-4-2, hit it long. They're so blinded by it that they refuse to accept that this manager has taken us down. Dinosaur Fan TV. We've got a minute left of the game, people. We've got a minute left of the game. Forest have lost 3-1. Ipswich have won 2-1. Oh, coming up to anyway. Reviving the entirety of the red side of Manchester, for goodness sake. No, I don't fancy Daniel Farke. The game's still going, by the way. 1 minute left. This half of football, by the way, has been the worst so far, I think. It's been by far the worst half of football so far. Boho says, I hate to admit it, Locks. I could not agree more. I am older than all on those other channels. Don't understand how some fans don't want what's best for the club. It's because they want what's best for their interests, Boho. They want to say, I told you so. They accuse me, by the way. They accuse me of wanting to say, I told you so. Well, guess what? I am going to tell you I told you so. Because I told you the manager wasn't a good idea. And I told you he would get us relegated. And he is. That is what's going to happen. They want to say the same. And the football's dead. And we are dead. And it is full time. Leicester have lost the game 3-0. There is another live stream, so don't go anywhere. Not go anywhere. I am now joined by a special guest. He's been on the channel a couple of times already, and that is LCFC Doc. Hello, mate. How are you?
I mean, as well as you could be, I should say, after a very boring 3-0 loss. I mean, yeah.
I mean, the second half especially, mate. I mean, it was very, very bad. I mean, what stood out to you the most in that one? What was the worst thing about that performance? Because for me, it was just so disjointed, especially the second half. We didn't make any substitutions to try and turn the game around until it was too late. What's going on, man?
I mean, I do agree with you to some extent, right? I think we felt, as you said, disjointed. The big thing that I noticed today, obviously, I mean, coming into this game, I wouldn't have expected us to walk away with 3 points. To me, the manner in which we lost today was the big disappointment, right? I thought at times we were decent defensively, but we just made some gigantic lapses or errors in judgment, right? That just led to chances. And I mean, out of nowhere in the second half, they score, and in the first half as well, a big blunder from Victor Christiansen on the ball, and I mean, about fast at some point as well. In the back line, almost giving a goal away. Credit to Victor there for actually coming back and catching the pass. But we feel disjointed. It feels like we are really struggling to create chances as well, which is also a problem. We create these half chances. We did have one big for Ndidi where, I mean, I thought he did good to take it down, but sadly couldn't get the shot through. I thought that was a brilliant piece of play. But other than that, it was very much these half chances where we would win a free kick or maybe get a shot outside the box. Or it was never that big glaring chance that would have given us a goal. So yeah. That was disappointing, and then the fact that we just didn't make any changes. It took until the 70th minute for anything to really be changed, and that on me, for me at the very least, is what really means it falls on the manager, right?
It has to fall on the manager. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I mean, that somebody said here that sucks the life out of you, that game. Fatawu legit didn't really put a foot wrong. Talk to me on that, mate, because obviously there's been a lot of talk all season about the wingers and who should play and who shouldn't. You know, we've seen both of them drop out at different times and then be kind of forced their way back in because of how good they've been as a substitute. Obviously, this time it was Mavididi to drop out and Fatawu came in. Obviously, Facundo played on the other side. What did you make to Fatawu? Because we know his best position's the right, but I think he did okay to stay on the left.
Yeah, I thought he did all right given the circumstance, right? I definitely prefer him on the right. To me, some things that he does very well does translate to the left mid position, right, or left wing position. But to me, you could clearly see that he wasn't as comfortable cutting inside or going for the shot because the right foot is obviously he's weaker. The crosses weren't placed as great as they normally were. You could definitely feel like he obviously he had to realize where he was on the pitch, where he needed to place the ball to get the right cross in. So for me, his dribbling, his runs were as good as they normally were, but the final output was lacking. Dude, you could definitely feel him playing in a position where he isn't as comfortable, because normally when you see him on the right hand side, he just feels so comfortable, either going for the shot or taking the ball with the man on and then going for the cross or the pass in to square it, right? So I thought he did great given the circumstance, but he just needed the output in the final third, which was really lacking simply due to him being in a new position and not as comfortable going for those moves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Clibo says no positives, didn't win second balls, players not knowing where to be instinctively, Cooper desperate subs, and I'm sick of seeing players play out of their natural positions. Somebody else said it's almost as if Cooper wants us to lose with his idiotic team selections and tactics. I mean, I think he was a little bit held back, obviously, with the injuries to Jamie Vardy and Ricardo Pereira, of course. Who, if you had to get, actually, no, I want to ask you, what did you think to Samari? Because obviously, he's been a big talking point over the last week or so, and he's come in and started. I think in the first half, especially, he was our best player. But what did you make to him?
I thought he faded in and out of the game at some parts. I thought we had periods where we saw the energetic, the one taking the runs, the one fighting to get the ball back and carrying it up the field. And at other points, we saw him, be a little bit lazy, like we've seen before, right? I thought in the first goal, obviously the big mistake initially was Victor Jensen. He then makes up for it, gets it out for a throw-in. Nice little back pass from Amadi. I know we can't take that away from him, and a brilliant finish from Bruno Fernandez. But the big thing that I noticed there was Samari trying to predict where the ball would go, and then as soon as he got fooled by the back heel pass, he just stopped moving. And instead of trying to maybe squeeze Fernandez along with Ayew, who was coming from behind to try and stop him getting the shot away, he kind of just froze and accepted that the shot would come. Which again, it's one of those small things. By no means the biggest mistake in the game, but. I didn't think he had a perfect game. I didn't think he was a problem. I did like the combination with the wings, to be honest. I thought they offer very different things to the field, which to me gave a decent partnership in there. So I'm not against running it back. But I also am going to say that I didn't think Ndidi as a 10 is a horrible idea in games where we want to try and maybe catch them out on the front foot, because he does press well. We saw it a few times I was able to catch a ball or come with a sliding tackle better than someone like Buonanotte or El Kanouche would be able to do. And then maybe even start the counter-attack. To me, we're just lacking in the finishing department today, and that was a real letdown.
Lovely stuff. Thank you so much for jumping in, mate. I do appreciate it. Thanks for giving us your thoughts on the game. Hopefully, you jump back in the channel as well sometime soon. If you're available tomorrow evening, we'll have the call-in show. So I'll send you the link for that if you are free. But thanks, mate. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, mate. All right.
You too, man. You too.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Thank you to LCFC Duck. What a guy he is. It is time now, though, to go to the instant match reaction. So these are the instructions. Do not go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Stay exactly where you are. You don't need to press a button. You don't need to change anything on your screen. Just sit where you are, because the instant match reaction will start in just a second. It will be a redirect straight to the video, and it is Anil, Luke, and Neil. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.